여러분 안녕하십니까. 2026년 4월 9일 목요일 오전 2시 4분입니다. 강연TV를 시작하겠습니다. 이번 시간은 구약성경 사무엘하 1장 1절부터 영어 성경으로 읽어보겠습니다. Now it came to pass after the death of Saul, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites, and David had abode 2 days in Siglag. It came even to pass on the third day that behold, a man came out of the camp from Saul with his clothes rent, and also upon his head, and so it was when he came to David that he fell to the earth and did obey his sons. And David said unto him, From whence comest thou? And he said unto him, Out of the camp of Israel am I escaped. And David said unto him, How went the matter? I pray thee, tell me. And he answered, that the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people also are fallen and dead, and Saul and Jonathan his son are dead also. And David said unto the young man that told him, How knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son be dead? And the young man that told him said, As I happened by chance upon Mount Gilboa, behold, Saul leaned upon his spear, and rode chariots, and the horsemen followed hard after him. And when he looked behind him, he saw me and called unto me. And I answered, Here am I. And he said unto me, Who art thou? And I answered him, I am an Amalekite. And he said unto me again, Stand, I pray thee, upon me, and slay me, for anguish is come upon me, because my life is yet whole in me. So I stood upon him and slew him, because I was sure that he could not arrive after that he was fallen. And I took the crown that was upon his head, and the bracelet that was on his arm, and have brought them hither unto my Lord. Then David took hold on his clothes and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. And they mourned and wept and fasted until even for Saul and for Jonathan his son, and for the people of the road, and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword. And David said unto the young man that told him, Whence art thou? And he answered, I am the son of a stranger, an Amalekite. And David said unto him, how is thou not afraid to stretch forth thine hand to destroy the Lord's anointed? And David called one of the young men and said, go near and fall upon him. And he smote him that he died. And David said unto him, thy blood be upon thy head, for thy mouth has testified against thee, saying, I have slain the Lord's anointed. And David lamented with this lamentation over Saul and over Jonathan his son. Also he bade them teach the children of Judah the use of the bow. Behold, it is written in the book of Yasel, the beauty of Israel is slain upon the high places. How are the mighty fallen? Tell it not in God, publish it not in the streets of us. Colon, lest the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, lest the daughters of the uncircumcised triumph. Ye mountains of Gilboa, let there be no dew, neither let there be rain upon you, not fields of flings, for there the shield of the mighty is by ill cast away. The shield of Saul, as though he had been anointed with oil. From the bird of the slain, from the pet of the mighty, the bow of Jonathan turned not back, and the sword of Saul returned not empty. Saul and Jonathan were lovely and present in their lives, and in their deaths they will not divided. They were swifter than eagles. They were stronger than lions. Ye daughters of Israel, weep over Saul. We clothed you in scarlet with delight, who put on ornament of gold upon your apparel. How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle, O Jonathan, who was slain in Zion high places. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan, very present has thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing to love of a woman. How the mighty fallen and the weapons of were perished. And it came to pass after this that David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I go up into any of the cities of Judah? And the Lord said unto him, go up. And David said, whither shall I go up? And he said unto Hebron. So David went up there. So David went up Cedar and his two wives also. He Noam the Israel Tizon and Abigail Nabal's wife the Carmelite and his men that we are with him did David bring up every man with his household and they dwelt in the cities of Hebron. And the men of Judah came, and they anointed David king over the house of Judah, and they told David, saying that the men of Yahweh's Gilead where they buried Saul, and David sent messengers unto the men of Yahweh's Gilead, and said unto them, Blessed be ye of the Lord, that ye have shewed this kindness unto your Lord, even unto Saul, and have buried him. Now the Lord shew kindness and truth unto you, and I also will requite you this kindness, because ye have done this thing. Therefore now let your hands be strengthened, and be ye pliant, for your master Saul is dead, and also the house of Judah I have anointed me king over them. But Amner, the son of Ner, captain of Saul's host, took his Posed, the son of Saul, and brought him over to Mahanaim, and made him a king over Gilead and over the Asurites, and over Israel, and over Abraham, and over Benjamin, and over all Israel. Saul's son was 40 years old when he began to reign over Israel, and reigned 2 years. But the house of Judah followed David. And the time that David was king in Hebron over the house of Judah was 7 years and 6 months. And Amner, the son of Ner, and the servants of Posed, and the son of Saul, went out from Mahanaim to Gibeon. And Joab, the son of Seruiah, and the servants of David went out and met together by the pool of Gibeon, and they sat down, the one on the one side of the pool, and the other on the other side of the pool. And Amner said to Joab, let the young man now arise and pray before us. And Joab said, let them arise. Then they all arose and went over by number 12 of Benjamin, which pertained to Is-Boset, the son of Saul, and 12 of the servants of David. and they caught everyone his fellow by its head, and Sir his sword in his fellow's side. So they fell down together, for that place was called Hill Gat Surim, which is in Gibeon, and there was a very sore battle that day, and Amner was beaten, and the men of Israel before the servants of David, and there we are three sons of Zeruiah, there, Joab, and Abis, and Asahel, and Asahel was as a right of foot as a wild roe. And Asahel pursued after Amner, and in going he turned not to the right hand nor to the left from following Amner. Then Amner looked behind him and said, "Art thou Asahel?" And he answered, "I am." And Amner said to him, "Turn thee aside to thy right hand or to thy left, and lay thee hold on one of the young men, and take this armor." But Asahel would not turn aside from following of him. And Amner said again to Asahel, "Turn thee aside from following me. Wherefore should I smite thee to the ground? How then should I hope up my face to Joab thy brother?" Howbeit he refused to turn aside. Wherefore Amner with the hinder and of the spear smote him under the people's rib. That the spear came out behind him, and he fell down there and died in the same place. And it came to pass that as many as came to the place where Asahel fell down and died stood still. Joab also and Abis pursued after Amner, and the sun went down when they will come to the hill of Ammah. Did rise before Kia. By the way of the wilderness of Gibeon. And the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together after Amner, and became one troop, and stood on the top of an hill. Then Amner called to Joab and said, "Shall the sword devour forever? Knowest thou not that it will be bitterness in the latter end? How long shall it be then ere thou bid the people return from following their brethren?" And Joab said, "As God arrives unless thou hadst spoken, surely then in the morning the people had gone up, everyone from following his brother." So Joab blew a trumpet, and all the people stood still, and pursued after Israel no more, neither fought they anymore. And Amner and his men worked all that night through the plain, and they passed over Jordan. And went 르 올 비스론 and they came to Mahanaim, and Joab returned from following Abner, and when he had gathered all the people together, there left of David's servants 90 men and Sahel. But the servants of David had smitten of Benjamin and Abner's men, so that 303 Seco men died. And they took up Asahel and buried him in the sepulchre of his father, which was in Bethlehem. And Joab and his men went all night, and they came to Hebron at the break of day. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. And unto David were sons born in Hebron, and his firstborn was Ammon of Ahinoam, the Israelite Tiza. And his second Kiloab and Abigail, the wife of Nabal, the Carmelite, and the son of Absalom, the son of Maaga, the daughter of Talmai, king of Kosur. And to force Adoniah, the son of Haggit, and the people saw Padia, the son of Abidel. And the sixth saw Loam by Eglah, David's wife. These were born to David in Hebron. And it came to pass while there was war between the house of Saul and the house of David, that Abner made himself strong for the house of Saul. And Saul had a concubine whose name was Siba, the daughter of Aiah. And Isboset said to Abner, wherefore hast thou gone in unto my father's concubine? Then also Abner very rose for the words of Isboset and said, am I those head which against Judah to shew kindness this day unto the house of Saul thy father, to his brethren and to his brothers, and have not delivered the into the hand of David, that thou chargest me today with a fault concerning this woman. So do God to Abner, and more also, except as the Lord has sworn to David, even so I do to him, to translate the kingdom from the house of Saul, and to set up the throne of David over Israel and over Judah, from Dan even to Beer-sheba. And he could not answer Amner what again because he feared him. And Amner sent messengers to David on his behalf, saying, "Whose is the land?" Saying also, "Make thy renew with me, and behold, my hand shall be with thee to bring about all Israel unto thee." And he said, "Well, I will make a league with thee, but one thing I require of thee, that is, thou shalt not see my face, except to first bring Michal, Saul's daughter, when thou comest to see my face." And David sent messengers to Ishbosheth, Saul's son, saying, "Deliver me my wife Michal, which I is supposed to me for 100 for skins of the Philistines." And it was sent and took her from her husband, even from Paldiel, the son of Elisa. And her husband went with her along, weeping behind her to Bahurim. Then said Abner unto him, "Go, return," and he returned. And Abner had communication with the elders of Israel, saying, "Ye sought for David in times best to be king over you. Now then, do it, for the Lord has spoken of David, saying, By the hand of my servant David, I will save my people Israel out of the hand of the Philistines, and out of the hand of all their enemies." And Abner also spake in the ears of Benjamin, and Abner went also to speak in the ears of David in Hebron, or that seemed good to Israel, and that seemed good to the whole house of Benjamin. So Abner came to David to Hebron and to intimate with him, and David made Abner and the men that were with him a feast. And Abner said unto David, "I will arise and go, and will gather all Israel unto my lord the king, that they may make a league with thee, and that thou mayest reign over all that thine heart desires." And David sent Abner away, and he went in peace. And behold, the servants of David and Joab came from pursuing troop, and brought in great spoil with them. But Abner was not with David in Hebron, for he had sent him away, and he was gone in peace. When Joab and all the host that was with him were come, they told Joab, saying, "Abner the son of Ner came to the king, and he has sent him away, and he is gone in peace." Then Joab came to the king and said, "What hast thou done? Behold, Abner came unto thee. Why is it that thou hast sent him away, and he is quite gone? Thou knowest Abner, the son of Ner, that he came to deceive thee, and to know thy going out and thy coming in." and to know or that to strong. And when Joab was come out from David, he sent messengers after Abner, which brought him again from the way of Silla, but David knew it not. And when Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside in the gate to speak with him quietly. And smote him there under the people's rib, that he died for the blood of Sahel, his brother. And afterward, when David heard it, he said, I and my kingdom kill terrorists before the Lord forever from the blood of Amner, the son of Ner. Let it rest on the head of Joab and on all his father's house, and let there not fail from the house of Joab one that has an issue, or that is a leper, or that leans on a step, or that falls on the sword, or that lacks bread. So Joab and Abisai, his brother, slew Abner because he had slain their brother Sahel at Gibeon in the battle. And David said to Joab and to all the people that were with him, rend your clothes and gird you with sackcloths and mourn before Abner. And King David himself followed the bier. And they buried Abner in Hebron. The king lifted up his voice and wept at the grave of Abner, and all the people wept. And the king remained until over Abner and said, David Abner as poor is. Thy hands were not bound, nor thy feet put into fetters, as men pour before wicked men, so perished thou, and all the people wept again over him. And when all the people came to cause David to eat meat, while it was yet day, David swore, saying, so do God to me, and more also, if I taste bread or aught else till the sun be down. And all the people took no tithes of it, and it pleased them, as whatsoever the king did please all the people. For all the people and all Israel understood that it was not of the king to slay Abner, the son of Ner. And the king said unto his servants, know ye not that there is a prince and a great man fallen this day in Israel. And I am this day weak, the anointed king, and this man, the sons of Zeruiah, be too hard for me. The Lord shall reward those Saul of Abel according to his wickedness. And when Saul's son heard that Abner was dead in Hebron, he sent severe fever, and all the Israelites were troubled. And Saul's son had 2 men that were captains of vendors. The name of the one was Baana, and the name of the other Ligab, the sons of Rimmon, Beor, Saita, of the children of Benjamin, for Beorot also was reckoned to be Benjamin. And the Erot site prayed to get them. Time, and we are sojourn also there until this day. And Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son that was Reem of his feet. He was 5 years old when the tidings came of Saul and Jonathan out of Israel, and his nurse took him up and brought, and he came to Bethel. As she made haste to flee, that he fell and became Reem, and his name was Mobibo said. And the sons of Rimmon, the Beerot site, Rigab, and Baana went and came about the heat of today to the house of Isboset, who lay on a bed at noon. And they came cedar into the midst of the house, as though they would have pet seed fit, and they smote him until the people saw Rib and Reab and Baana, his brother, escaped. For when they came into the house, he lay on his bed in his bedchamber, and they smote him and slew him and beheaded him, and took his head and cut them away through the plain all night. And they brought to head is Boset unto David to Hebron, and said to the king, behold, the head of is Boset, the son of Saul, the enemy, which is what thy rifle, and the Lord has even my Lord the king this day of Saul and of his seed. And David answered Rigab and Baana, his brother, the sons of Rimmon, the Beerot Satan, and said unto them, as the Lord lives, who has redeemed my soul out of all adversity. When one told me, saying, behold, Saul is dead, thinking to have brought good tidings, I took hold of him and slew him in Sigurlag, who thought that I would have given him a reward for his tidings. How much more when wicked men have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed, shall I not therefore now require his word of your hand, and take you away from Jerusalem? And David commanded his young men, and they slew them and cut off their hands and their feet, and hanged them up over the pool in Hebron. But they took the head of its body and buried it in the sepulchre of Amnel in Hebron. Then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, Behold, we are thy bone and thy portion. Also in time past, when Saul was king over us, to west he did reduced out and brought his in Israel, and the Lord said to thee, thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be a captain over Israel. So all the elders of Israel came to the king of Hebron, and the king David made a league with them in Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years. In Hebron, he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem he reigned 30 and 3 years over all Israel and Judah. And the king and his men went to Jerusalem unto the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jordan, which spake unto David, saying, Except to take away the blind and dream, thou shalt not come in hither, thinking David cannot come in hither. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Shion. The same is the city of David. And David said on that day, whosoever get to up to the gutter and smite the son, the Jebusite and the lame and the blind. That I hated of David's soul, he shall be a chief and captain. Wherefore they said, the blind and the lame shall not come into the house. So David dwelt in the fort and called it the city of David. And David built around of from below and inward. And David went on and grew greater, and the Lord God of hosts was with him. And Hiram, king of Turo, sent messengers to David and cedar trees and carpenters and masons, and they built David a house. And David perceived that the Lord had established him king over Israel, and that he had exalted his kingdom for his people Israel's sake. And David took him more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there were yet sons and daughters born to David. And these be the names of those that were born unto him in Jerusalem: Samuel, and Sobab, and Nathan, and Solomon. Ibhar also and Elishua and Nebek and Yabi and Elisama and Elrada and Eli Pelet. When the Philistines heard that they had anointed David king of Israel, all the Philistines came up to seek David, and David heard of it and went down to hold. The Philistines also came and separated themselves in the valley of Lobaim. And David required of the Lord, saying, "Shall I go up to the Philistines? Will you deliver them into my hand?" And the Lord said unto David, "Go up, for I will doubt not listen, deliver the Philistines into thine hand." And David came to Baal-Rasim, and David smote them there, and said, "The Lord has broken forth upon mine enemies before me as the breach of waters." Therefore he called the name of that place Baal-Berashim. And there they erupted their images, and David and his men burned them. And the Philistines came up yet again and spread themselves in the belly of Lobaim. And when David required of the Lord, he said, "Thou shalt not go up, but pitch compass behind them and come upon them over against the mulberry trees." And let it be when thou hearest the sound of going in the tops of the mulberry trees, then thou shalt bestir thyself, for then shall the Lord go out before thee to smite the host of the Philistines. And David did so as the Lord had commanded him, and smote the Philistines from Geba until thou come to Gezer. Again, David gathered together all the 1,000 men of Israel, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people that were with him from Baal of Judah to bring up from thence the ark of God, whose name is called by the name of the Lord of hosts that dwells between the cherubims. And they set the ark of God upon a new cart, and brought it out of the house of Abinadab that was in Gibon, and Uzzah and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drave the new cart. And they brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which was at Gibon, accompanying the ark of God, and Ahio went before the ark. And David and all the house of Israel prayed before the Lord on all manner of instruments made of upper wood, even on harps, and on psalteries, and on timbrels, and on cornet saw and on cymbal saw. And when they came to Nason's threshing floor, Usa put forth his hand to drag up God and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it. And the angel of the Lord was kindled against Usa, and God smote him there for his error, and there he died by the ark of God. And David was displeased because the Lord had made a breach upon Usa, and he called the name of the place Praise Usa to this day. And David was afraid of the Lord that day, and said, "How shall the ark of the Lord come to me?" So David would not remove the ark of the Lord unto him into the city of David, but David carried it outside into the house of Obed-Edom, the Gittite. And the ark of the Lord continued in the house of Obed-Edom, the Gittite, 3 months, and the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his household. And it was told King David, saying, "The Lord has blessed the house of Obed-Edom and all that pertains unto him." Because of the ark of the ark of God, so David went and brought up the ark of God from the house of Obed-Edom into the city of David with gladness. And it was so that when they bare the ark of the Lord had gone 6 days, he satisfied the oxen and fat rings, and David danced before the Lord with all his might, and David was girded with linen about. So David and all the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord with shouting and with the sound of the trumpet. And as the ark of the Lord came into the city, and David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart. And they brought in the ark of the Lord and set it in his place in the midst of the tabernacle that David had pitched for it. And David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And as soon as David had made an end of offering, burnt offerings and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts. And he dealt among all the people, even among the whole multitude of Israel, as well to no one as a man, to everyone a cake of bread and a good piece of flesh and a flagon of wine. So all the people departed, everyone to his house. Then David returned to bless his household, and Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, "How glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of to be in fellows, shameless, only uncover himself." And David said unto to Michal, it was before the Lord which chose me before thy father and before all his house to appoint me a ruler over the people of the Lord over Israel. Therefore will I offer before the Lord, and I will yet be more vile than others, and will be based in mine own sight, and of the maid servants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor. Therefore Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child unto the day of her death. And it came to pass when the king sat in his house, and the Lord had given him rest round about from all his enemies, that the king said unto Nathan the prophet, See now, I dwell in an house of cedar, but the ark of God dwells within curtains. And Nathan said to the king, Go to all that is in the heart, for the road is with thee. And it came to pass the night that the wood of the road came unto Nathan, saying, Go in to tell my servant David, thou sayest, the Lord shall build me an house for me to dwell in. Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, even to this day, but have worked in tent and in tabernacle. In all the places wherein I have worked with all the children of Israel, speak I would with any of the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to feed my people Israel, saying, Why build ye not me an house of cedar? Now therefore, so shall thou say unto my servant David, Thus says the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the ship coat from following the ship to be ruler over my people over Israel, and I was with thee whithersoever, though when this end have cut off all thine enemies out of the sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great men that are in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will prune them that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them anymore as before time. And since the time that I commanded to these to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies. Also the Lord calls thee that he will make thee an house. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build a house for my name, and I will I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit inequality, I will chasten him with the rod of man, and with the stripe saw of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever, according to all these words and according to all this vision. So did Nathan speak unto David. Then went King David in and sat before throne, and he said, Who am I, O Lord God, and what is my house that thou hast brought me hitherto? And this was a small thing in thy sight, O Lord God, but thou hast spoken also of thy servant's house for a great while to come, and is this the matter of man, O Lord God, and what can David say more unto thee? For thou, Lord God, knowest thy servant. For thy orders sake, and according to thine own heart, hast thou done all these great things to make thy servants know them. Wherefore thou art great, O Lord God, for there is none like thee, neither is there any God beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And what one nation endures is like thy people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem for our people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things, and terrible for the people, thy people, which to redeem the star to thee from Egypt, from the nations and their gods. For thou hast confirmed to thyself thy people Israel to be a people unto thee forever, and thou, Lord, art become their God. And now, O Lord God, the word that thou hast spoken concerning thy servant, and concerning his house, establish it forever, and do as thou hast said. And let thy name be magnified forever, saying, The Lord of hosts is the God of Israel. And let the house of thy servant David be established before thee. But O Lord of hosts, God of Israel, hast revealed to thy servant, saying, I will build thee an house. Therefore has thy servant found in his heart to pray this prayer to thee. And now, O Lord God, thou art that God, and thy words be true, and thou hast promised this goodness unto thy servant. Therefore now let it praise thee to bless the house of thy servant, that it may continue forever before thee. For thou, O Lord God, he has spoken it, and with the blessing, let the house of thy servant be blessed forever. 사무엘하 7장 29절까지 읽어보았습니다. 뒤에 8장부터는 다음 시간에 계속해서 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. 시청해 주셔서 감사합니다. 안녕히 계십시오.